Carlos Lamar Scotland. He came across Aisha Davis. Looking at Aisha Davis or Asia Davis, from what I'm seeing right now,
it's getting spooky out here, bro.
He finds out that this particular individual is not born a woman.
A security camera capturing this person coming in, then running out. But that person wasn't captured for months.
Ma'am, sir, whatever you want to call yourself, G, you got to understand you playing dangerous game right here, folks. Whatever you want to do in your free time, cool. But as soon as you meet him, one of the first things you need to be saying is, hey, I was born a man, so that's cool. Now listen, I got my thoughts, but I'm going to save them for the reaction. Let's just, you know what I'm saying?
Let's assume you're inside of a grocery store and you catch this lady looking at you, staring at you, giving you the eye. Now first you look back and look to the side to see if that lady is looking at you or looking at somebody else, because this typically don't happen to you.
Right.
And, you know, she looking fly, you know what I'm saying? You liking what you see. So you decide to go over and talk to her. She tell you her name is Hazel. And you're like, well, hey, you know, my name is such and such, and I'd like to, you know, hang out with you later. She's like, cool, that's fine. You know, and things is going rather easy, because it don't really go this easy like that. And, you call her. She says, hey, let's meet up for lunch. You go to lunch, and let's go back to the house, and, you know, booty clap sounds. Yes, everything is cool. But there's only one problem. Hazel was born a man.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all though, gang, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I feel like if you don't tell the person that you was actually born a man, that's nasty, folks. That ain't right, and it should be against the law.
That's right, Hazel was transgender. So my question to you is, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Rewind!
Rewind!
This is what happened with a young man in Chicago by the name of Orlando Perez.
Investigators say the teenage suspect was so enraged that after shooting the victim multiple times, he left and then returned to the crime scene to open fire once again.
Damn! You left and came back? You said, let me make sure this...
Police say video from the neighborhood led them to the alleged
That's crazy.
18-year-old Orlando Perez, now held without bond. Investigators say Perez had gone home with the victim, 37-year-old Selena Reyes Hernandez, shortly after meeting her on the morning of May 31st. And in her basement apartment in Marquette Park, Perez learned Reyes Hernandez was transgender.
The offender became very upset. He left the residence. He became more upset, and that's when he came back to the residence, and then he brutally murdered the victim in this case.
Prosecutors say Perez returned to the apartment a third time, again opening fire on the victim's lifeless body.
He left, came back again. God dang. You ain't have to do it. You ain't have to do on him, her like that, man. That wasn't right, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now, though, on bro grade. Listen to me, G. I ain't got no problem with nobody doing whatever they want to do on their own time. But two things I'm gonna say right now. Number one, get you a girlfriend. Hurry up right now, get you a girlfriend and a wife. Marry her, sit down, because it's getting spooky out here. You don't know what's a man and a woman? Can you believe the times that we in when you don't even know if this girl was born a man or a woman? Do your homework. Number two, I'm not saying it's right for him to go unalive somebody like that. I ain't saying that's right. But at the same time, ma'am, sir, whatever you want to call yourself, G, you got to understand you playing dangerous game right here, folks. Because, yeah, he might go to jail, but you still play the game that end up costing you your life. That ain't it. Whatever you want to do in your free time, cool. But as soon as you meet him, one of the first things you need to be saying is, hey, I was born a man, so that's cool. This is weirdo shit, folks. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. I feel like that's damn near like, ain't that not like sexual assault, though? Like, you got me thinking you coercing me and got me thinking I'm sleeping with a woman the whole time you was born a man? That's not weird. I ain't saying he right for catching the body. I'm not saying that. Especially he left. I probably would have, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I would have, put the Floyd Mayweathers on him. But I ain't gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? But like on bro grade, I ain't saying he right for what he did either. But shorty, two wrongs don't make no right. God damn it. You gotta tell somebody with that, man. That's, you know, that's like you got some disease that you can't get rid of. and you sleeping with somebody and you don't disclose this information to them, that's bogus, folks. I don't care what nobody say. I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you will ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
And in this case with Orlando Perez, the transgender woman was much older than he was, in the 30s. This was a young
18-year-old. So she was trying. He knew what he was doing.
Believe that, you know, although it was legal for the transgender to be messing with this young man, he was young, okay? And he was impressionable.
Yeah.
He just didn't know that this person was not born a woman. He actually had to find out when he got there.
That's
the problem
crazy,
was when he found out, he shouldn't have came back.
Yeah.
And gunshots.
He shouldn't have came back. That's what he shouldn't have came back. But I feel like that ain't right. He should not have came back and did that. He should not have did that.
That was the issue, right? That was premeditated
Yeah,
murder.
right.
And that's why he's in jail right now.
Right.
That part of the situation was against the law.
Right.
But it was also wrong of this person to make him believe that they were a woman when in fact he found out that they were not. And
right. That's not illegal.
And who knows how far they were getting into it.
Yeah.
Basically, the transgender individual should have let the person know up front that I am born a man and now this. Then he would have had the opportunity to choose a situation. But also, that's not the only case. The biggest case of them all is trending all across Highland Park, Michigan, which is right outside of Detroit.
Right.
There was a young man who was 17 at a time by the name of Carlos Lamar Scotland. He came across Aisha Davis. Looking at Aisha Davis or Asia Davis, from what I'm seeing right now,
man, it's getting spooky out here, bro. It's getting spooky out here, bro. Y'all better tie you the knot, for I'm telling y'all right now, you better find you a real woman and sit her down, man. Because it's getting spooky out here. Can you imagine how spooky it's gonna be in 2039? God damn! Bro, like, gang, I'm probably gonna have to teach, when I have kids, I'm probably gonna have to teach my son how to identify what's a real man and not. What's a real woman and not. Do your homework.
Woman that was born a woman. He's a young kid looking to clap some cheeks.
Right.
He goes in there, booty clapping sounds. Then he finds out that this particular individual is not born a woman. And if this information gets out, man, it's going to be bad. So this is the decision that he made.
A cold murder case is finally solved. Let's get out to Highland Park in Shawn Lay, where a woman was shot and killed last summer. Shawn, you have news of a big break in this case.
Truly a big break. A tragedy here at the Woodward Inn, but it happened months ago. Really just one clue to this one is this. 24-hour video, good cameras here. That gave MSP something to go on. They truly called this investigation a whodunit. Well, it has been solved. And now Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy made the announcement today.
She was beloved in her community, and she was known to be generous and a compassionate person, according to her family and many, many friends.
Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy highlighting the tragic and mysterious murder of Asia Davis.
Man, hey, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm not, like, you feel me though, gang? I'm not saying you can't do that, gang. On bro grade, you can't do that. It's a gangster law. But at the same time, folks, let me just put it like this, folks. If that was a female, and she thought she was with a man the whole time she was with a woman, or if that was a female and a man was trying to take advantage of her and she unalived him, will she be charged? Because I have a video on my channel right now of a female unaliving her baby daddy in front of the police, and she got off with it. I'm talking about nothing. She didn't get nothing. She went to trial and she got let go, bro. Do you hear what I'm telling you? This is sexual assault just like anything else, bro. This is R-A, y'all know the R word, like anything, any other situation, bro. Just because he a man don't mean, like, I'm not saying you can leave and come back. That's premeditated. You know, that's where it get tricky. But if a man try to take sexual advantage of a girl and she unalived him, we don't hear about this. Just because he a man don't mean he gotta accept the fact that he getting sexually assaulted. And number two, excuse me, that's a man. He was born a man. So, it ain't even...
June 1st, 2023, and the Woodward Inn in Highland Park. A security camera capturing this person coming in, then running out. But that person wasn't captured for months. That night, police finding the body of the 36-year-old Asia Davis in her room.
36.
She had been shot in her head.
It is alleged that the defendant shot and killed her. At the time of her death, she had recently completed nursing school and was going to start a new job when her life was tragically cut short.
At last, a break in what was a very cold case. This 18-year-old Carlos Lamar Scotland was arrested this week and charged with Davis's murder.
Carlos Lamar Scotland is 18 years old. He has been charged with the following offenses: first-degree murder, felony firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and resisting and obstructing a police officer.
Back here live at the Woodward Inn in Highland Park. That's an 18-year-old now facing all of those charges. Prosecutor Worthy says we'll learn more about the circumstances.
See how they not
of what
saying
went down here.
Yeah, y'all ain't talking about that.
In a couple of weeks.
And just recently, he went viral again for doing this inside of the courtroom.
Today was the first day of testimony in the trial of a man accused of killing a transgender woman in Highland Park.
But the proceedings ended abruptly when the defendant fell asleep. CBS News Detroit's Andres Gutierrez joins us from 30th District Court with what exactly happened in that courtroom.
Well, before this morning's proceedings got underway, the defendant, Carlos
what
Scotland,
happened
was
in
talking...
that? What happened in that hotel room? What happened in that hotel room? Ain't no telling how far they got, bro. What if she was, you know what I'm saying? What if they was kissing? What if he was grabbing her, her? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Doing all that. And he ain't found out until it got time. It got the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you start pulling the panties off and then you see it's a dang-a-lang right there. I ain't gonna lie, I would have popped his ass too. Like, what the fuck?
To his attorney mouthing something to someone in the gallery, but once the first witness took the stand, well, he couldn't stay awake.
Mrs. Scotland, are you okay?
Many in the courtroom saw this as pure disrespect.
Is your client still awake?
Carlos Scotland dozing off as the lead investigator recounted the inconsistencies during his interrogation of the 18-year-old charged with the June 2023 murder of Asia Davis at the Woodward Inn.
Did the defendants ever suggest that there was some type of altercation in the room?
Yes.
Okay. And when you look at that picture, sir, is there anything that would suggest there was a struggle or altercation in that room?
Not at all.
MSP Detective James Plummer says Scotland eventually admitted to shooting Davis.
And could you tell us, what did he say as it relates to that, sir?
That he, after the victim swung at him, that he shot the victim in the face or neck area.
Okay. And are you familiar with the medical examiner's report in this case, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And was the victim shot in the face or the neck, sir?
No.
In fact, where was she actually shot?
In the back of the head.
Literally in the back of the head at close range, correct?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Did he ever correct that part of it?
No.
Scotland initially claimed it was all done in self-defense after she allegedly attacked him with a knife.
He initially said that he had took the knife and discarded it in a field. He then recanted that and said that the victim swung at him with a closed right fist while possessing a phone in the victim's left hand.
Okay. And did he ever say where the knife, the knife?
Nobody is talking about him being a victim though. Nobody is saying, y'all see what they doing though? That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying what he did was right. I ain't saying you can just dome somebody like that either. You feel what I'm saying though? But at the same time, gang, if that was a female and a male in a hotel room and she said that he tried to come onto her or sexually take advantage of her and she unalived him, it probably wouldn't even be no trial. Nobody is talking about the assault that went on with him when he thought he was coming to meet a female, a born female, and she was a born man. Nobody talking about that, fool. You got to see it on both sides, though. You can't just pick one side and just that ain't how life works, folks. You can't do that. You can't just be, what the fuck? That's not okay.
He provided great detail initially, looking at a map as to where he discarded this knife before saying that there was no knife.
And just as the detective was getting into details about how Scotland and Davis ended up meeting that fateful night, Scotland's episode began. Eventually, his attorney told the judge another inmate allegedly slipped Scotland 3 pills before coming to
it looked like he off some
court, causing the drowsiness and forcing the judge to adjourn for the day.
It looked like he off
Asia
some.
Davis, age 36, was found dead in the Highland Park hotel room June 1st, 2023, with a single gunshot wound to her head. And I'm reading this from the article advocate.com. And again, my heart goes out to the family of Asia Davis. But I just want to ask this. Again, this is a person who is young,
right?
17.
Exactly.
17.
They know what they're
with
doing,
the person
bro.
that's 36
they know what they're
in
doing,
another
bro.
state. That's usually illegal, but I did Google the legal age of intercourse as an adult. It's actually 16. So technically, this is legal.
Right.
The issue is the young man went there with the premeditated intention to assassinate the individual.
Oh, see, now that changes it. You know what I'm saying? That definitely changes it.
Asia Davis, when this shouldn't have happened, okay? I'm not trying to tell somebody how to feel if they feel like they have been violated or they have been tricked. And of course, you know, hey, it could take a part of a masculinity away from an individual. However, the way that they're putting these things out is, listen, this is a person of color, okay? This is a person that got, you know, a shot on the first week of Pride Week. And so this is how they're just, you know, displaying it. So this 17-year-old young man who obviously, you know, didn't tell the story about what really went down was ashamed that this person or the transgender woman was pretending to be a woman that was born like that and didn't tell this young man. So he goes and gets a gun, and now he's gonna face life in prison. I'm gonna tell guys this, especially if you're in some of these cities, and I'm talking about Highland Park is, you know, outside of Detroit, you in DC, you in Atlanta,
LA,
you need to be very peculiar about, before you go out on these dates, you need to ask a person, were you born genetically a female?
That's a damn shame you gotta ask that question nowadays, bro. Like, this is sick.
Okay, I don't care how old you are, because people with
sick,
science and surgeries, folks is looking different. That way
sick,
you don't have to go down this road. I got a homeboy who live in Atlanta, and he told me straight out, he only deals with chicks that are single moms because they had kids before. So
he just dropped the bomb on all of us. Folks said he only deal with single mamas because that means they had kids before, and that's a woman. Do your homework, chat. Listen to me though, for how you know it ain't adopted. You can't. It ain't nothing that can save you nowadays, folks. You got the game. Like, I don't even know what you could do, folks. Like, I mean, what? Okay, this what you could do. Check how big the motherfucking feet is. She got some big feet. I don't want to ask no way. Even if she was born a female, I don't want no Bigfoot ass, big Sasquatch looking at. You feel me? Check her hands, folks. A girl hand's supposed to be small. Feel right here. Know what I'm saying? I don't know if they got a surgery where you could take an Adam's apple out, folks, but feel that. You know what I'm saying? Look at them arms. Look at them legs. I don't know what these surgeons be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they doing, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never been in no position like that. Thank the Lord. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even outside no more, so it's cool. But I'm talking to y'all. Y'all niggas better be careful, boy. Shit.
So that must mean.
But I will say, if he came to the hotel to do that, that's a different story than he came to the hotel thinking it's a female, they getting jiggy, whatever. He find out it's a girl, and he pop. I mean, he found out she was born a man, and he pop. That's different than, you know what I'm saying, getting freaky with him, then be like, man, he think he finna trick me? All right, we gonna see something. You know, you can't do that, nah, twin. That ain't, you know?
You were born a woman. That's the only way he deal with a lady out there, is if she got
but
kids.
Folks
so
funny as
that could
hell.
be your approach. But again, if you make the mistakes that these guys did, people are not going to have no sympathy for you.
I ain't
You're going to go to
talking no
jail
girls in
as a
Atlanta.
convicted felon, as a convicted murderer,
Crazy as hell.
and they're going to go and say that, hey, this is a hate crime against the LGBTQ community. That's it. And the judge is going to watch you. All right? So brothers out there need to be very intentional
every time
about just don't be just thirsty. Somebody coming up to you, talking to you, giving you a lot of game. If it seems to be a little bit easier than what it normally is, then you need to ask questions so you don't get yourself involved in situations so that your life can be safe and the other person can be safe too. That's what I'm gonna tell you. All right. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Man, y'all know what I think, folks. You know what I'm saying? Listen, boy. That ain't right though, folks. I'm sorry. Him unaliving the lady man is not right. But not telling a person, like, that's weird, bro. I don't give a damn how you slice it. That's weird. It ain't no damn hate crime. He just mad that you damn near you raped him. You raped him. You raped him. You raped him. You get what I'm saying though? It's crazy.